Hi, my name's Allison Isidore, and today we're going to talk about the layout of Premiere Pro and some of the basic concepts and things you can do within the video editing program. If you want to jump to something specific, here's a list of timestamps you can go to. Let's get started. So, we've opened up Premiere Pro. Right now, my video here is in the program monitor. This is where all your media is going to be seen, where you'll be able to see how it might look when the video is done. Right below me is your timeline. This is where you're going to be able to edit and move around your media, that being images or videos. To the left of that is your media browser. So this is where all your imported images and videos are going to be located. You can create bins, which help organize those files as well. Now, right above your media browser is your source monitor. And this allows you to see the clip you're actually working on. So if you double click on something in your timeline, you can now see it in the source monitor. And then to the right of your source monitor is your tool panel. This is where all your tools, your selector, your razor, your pen, these are where your tools are located. Right now, the selector is selected, and so I can move things around if I really wanted to. Now that we have an understanding of the layout for Premiere Pro, let's get into using some of the basic functions within Premiere Pro. Starting with the most important, importing your media. And so there's two ways of doing this. One is going to the File, Import, and then selecting the media you want. I would like these ones. But I'd also like the two other photos that were below the saved file. So I'm going to do that. Take these here, just drag them to my media browser. There you go. Now my media is right where I want it, but it's a little unorganized. So I'm going to go to create a new bin. I'm going to label this one Pictures. Now, just going to drag all my photos into this bin. And so all my pictures are now in this bin here. And so now I'm just going to drag my media into my timeline to start working on it. So say I want this picture of Bryant-Denny Stadium to go first. There it is. Or say I want the religious studies banner photo to go first. I would just drag it over. Now, as we can see, it's kind of zoomed in. We can't see the full banner. So I'm just gonna double click on it. See, I double clicked on it, and so it shows up in my media source up here. But I want to edit it a little bit. So I'm going to go to these two arrows here. I'm going to click on Effect Controls, and now I can change the size. So you're going to go to Scale. I'm just going to drag it out a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to reposition it. Just the way I want it, like that. Now say I want the Denny Stadium photo to go next. I don't want this one to be too big, so I'm just going to go to the edge here and drag it to make it smaller. So now it's only about 2 seconds if we click on play. Now we go to the Bryant-Denny photo. Now I don't like that transition, so I'm just going to go in between the two photos here and right click. And I'll get this little pop down menu. I'll go with apply transition. Now we transition beautifully into the next photo. Now I want the Bryant Denny photo to be followed by a picture of our amazing coach. Oh, that's a little too zoomed in again. So we're just going to go to Effect Controls and zoom out. But really, I just want a photo maybe of his face and his famous hat. There. That's all I want. Just going to shrink that down a little bit. There we go. Great transition. Now say I would like a title card to go here. I would go to Graphics and you have all these options that Premiere Pro gives you. Now you can have this big title here. We can just drag it. It's a little too big, so I'm just going to put it on top for the moment. Shrink it a little bit and then drag. So I'm just going to go up here and type in sample. Okay, so now that's what our video looks like so far. And say this is what I wanted my video to be. The 2 images and our title here. This was my video, a very, very short video. I'm ready to export. I go to File, go down to Export, click on Media. And since I want this to go up on a YouTube channel, I will have it in H.264. And I want to save it under a different name. Right now it's under Bryant Denny Stadium. I don't want that. I want example video. So then I'll click on the file I want it to be saved to. Then I'll click export. And so depending on how long your video is, depends on how long your export will be. So that's the basic layout for Premiere Pro and some of the basic concepts for how to use Premiere Pro. Thanks for watching, and roll Tide.